Welcome to Joculiar, where the
Uh,
show is gossiping about the women's sport and tell you some diga dark secret.
Bounce, bounce, pass. Pass, kick, pass. Dunk it.
What?
Funk it. Sure. Serve it. Here. Work it. Swish. Jocular. We're about to get jocular.
Hi! Welcome to Jocular.
The show where we gossip about women's sports and tell our deepest, darkest sports secrets.
We always get spooky when we talk all together.
I don't know if there's another way. If there's not a way that
You've
makes it
got
like
no
so
choice.
You got no
warm
choice.
and
It's
welcoming.
No, you're right. It's always spooky.
Because you have to slow down, you have to make eye contact,
Yeah.
and you're trying to kind of match tones, so it becomes really
No, it feels like very...
monotone.
Monotone.
Yeah.
Well, we should introduce ourselves. My name is Tian Tran. I go by she, her pronouns.
I'm ER Fightmaster. I use they, them pronouns.
I'm Katie Kershaw, and I use she, her pronouns. And on today's show, we're gonna talk about a few things. Talk about the new NWSL jerseys, what it's like getting your period during sporting events, live events, and
Shark attacks.
Shark attacks.
thank you. We cannot forget.
And we're going to be revealing our final four in the Queer Madness bracket.
Queer madness.
We've been watching these teams. Love watching. We've been watching
these teams.
compete for weeks now. And we're going to see who makes it through. We're going to be crowning the top four. Our final four. These two are so excited about it, they're crying. They're literally crying.
Final four.
They're crying in
Wow.
the recording studio right now.
It's just kind of unbelievable because you just grow up with these gay icons
No, I
and just to watch their careers accumulate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they kind of come down to this.
And like,
Yeah.
Is it
They've been
culminate or
working-
accumulate?
It's
Culminate.
I think it's
So when the
accumulate.
clouds
Yeah.
are above
Don't
the
fucking
sky.
worry about it, you
Is
guys.
it?
I'm done crying. I embarrassed myself. It could just cut it.
Okay, but before we get into the rest of the episode, we have to talk about March Madness. It's happening.
Wow!
The
Isn't
first
it
two
fucking
rounds
wonderful?
it's the best.
It's just like fucking full days of sports.
Yeah.
I also was sick this past week, so I got an excuse to sit on my couch. I formed a divot in my couch
Whoa.
from watching all of the games.
Wow.
I just wanted to brag about that.
No, I think that's huge.
Kind of speaks to how little I stood up this week.
I went to a game.
That's right.
Yeah, we had a friend of the podcast reached out and gave us some tickets. And Katie, I think you were moving. Tian, you were sick, and so I went and saw UCLA play Cal Baptist.
Woo.
It's so cool to see it in real life. It's like I
Ugh.
always feel that way. I felt that way when we went to the soccer game the other
Yeah.
night. Like
Yeah.
you can watch these things on TV as much as you can, but to anybody who's listening, if you have the chance to go
Yes.
to a professional women's sports game in real life, you simply must do it.
I'm going to Portland this weekend for the Elite Eight.
Wow.
So jealous. That's so exciting.
The Sweet 16 and Elite Eight. I'm so excited.
That's
just like last minute
awesome.
kind of just bought tickets. We were like, my wife and I were like, let's just do it.
Hell
let's just do it.
yeah.
That's so fun.
And I'm so excited.
That'll be so cool.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm
The
so
Together
excited.
folks will be there, you should say. hi.
I will say hi to them.
Uh-huh.
The other thing that's really exciting, along with the players, is that the fans have turned out so much for
Mhm.
these first two rounds. Like there were 60,000 more tickets sold in the first two rounds of the women's tournament than last year.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like for so long I've been like saying we all have one of the reasons to go to see women's sports. Not only in my eyes is it superior, but also it's affordable.
Mhm.
It's an affordable
Mhm.
way to see professional sports. But I don't think that's going to be lasting
No, I
that
don't think
much
that's gonna be true
longer.
anymore.
I mean,
No,
we're
now is your
seeing.
damn
No, we're
time.
seeing. I think one of Caitlin Clark's tickets are like $500.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is amazing, and also changing times.
It sucks for the audience, and I hope that they find ways, because I think that women's sports hopefully is that we're always doing things better Like, I want stadiums to have a guarantee that this many tickets are accessible. Like,
Mhm.
I actually think it should be demographics based too. Of like, if you've put your stadium in an area where a lot of people are lower income, and you have imposed the stadium, or the stadium is imposing on an area, then you have to drop your tickets even more for for 50% of your goers. It's the way that a lot of men's sports teams are now. That's a completely unattainable ticket. I
Yeah.
never want to see that happen with
I
women's
hope it
sports.
doesn't.
Yeah.
It is really cool though, like so many of those to see all the universities and the students pack out those
Yes.
stadiums,
Mm-hmm.
like to go full March Madness. There's a lot of fratty energy, which I'm like,
I'm
you know what?
fine. Yeah.
If this is the type of fratty energy that I can get behind. Fratty for good.
I wonder if there's even a way to like clarify that energy even more, because like we've kind of joked in private about how I personally think that supporting women's sports is going to be a way that a lot of public male figures try
Oh,
to look like good guys.
yes.
And I think it's going to be you're seeing it a little bit where it's like you can tell PR teams are like, just go to a women's game, and
They'll
then
ignore
everyone
that terrible thing you did.
to your wife. Yes,
Yes, yes, yes.
100%. And I think that on the reverse side of that, I am excited actually about this fratty energy at these women's collegiate games, because I think that these these guys that we're seeing in the audience are going to these games maybe even to be like, well, I'm a good guy, you know, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. But then they're getting really into
Yes,
it.
I love it.
And I
Yes,
think
same.
I think what we're seeing is that women's sports is all about exposure.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Mhm.
the men in my life have all these ideas about women's sports because they've heard more shit talking about women's sports than they've ever seen it. All the men I know that watch women's sports that started watching with me now watch women's sports.
Because
Right.
it's just good like it's
Exactly.
incredible athleticism.
So you just
Mhm.
it's like exposure therapy.
Yes. Okay, there were so many stories though. So what were some of your favorite moments from these last two
God.
rounds?
So I was moving a
Oh,
lot.
okay, yes.
And so it was a lot of me checking my phone to figure out what was going on in the games. And then our friend Charlie Smith, shout out Charlie Smith. If you check out his TikTok, he covers all women's sports as well.
Okay, I love it.
He would be pulling it up on his phone while we were moving and just
Oh.
like so we could watch it. I was like, thank you so much.
There's no wrong way to watch women's sports. You got to do it on your phone. You texted me though, Katie, about Audie Crooks.
Yes.
Oh, obsessed with
Yeah,
watching her
Obsessed with Audie Crooks.
from Iowa State.
Yep.
40 points in the first round against Maryland. Now
Freshman.
freshman, sadly now out of the tournament.
Yes. But,
But
made
I
such
can't
an
wait
impact.
to watch her.
Yeah.
For 3 more years.
Three
I
more
know,
years,
It's so
'cause-
cool.
As we know, if you're a male athlete, NCAA, you can do a one and done. You play your year, which is like my UK Wildcats. That's what
Mhm.
they're known to do, and I don't love that. But with women's sports, NCAA basketball, you have to play all 4 years. So we develop these relationships
Mhm.
with these players, and there's just so many exciting freshmen like Audie Crooks, like Hannah Hildago.
Yes.
Like there's just so many amazing players to watch.
Well, and you
I-
touched on something interesting, because that all 4 years rule, it's pretty fucking patronizing.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
It
You know
is.
what I mean?
yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
And,
I
like,
don't like it.
No, I know you don't, and but I don't think a lot of people know that is a rule, that the women have to stay for 4 years, and it really is just like you remember that like the NCAA just considers themselves like Big Daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they let their boys do whatever they want, and they just treat the girls like, honestly, shit.
I know. And it's different between different sports too though. Like soccer, you can get drafted from high school into the NWSL.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's like,
happening nonstop
and
right
it's
now in
happening
the
nonstop, which is
NWSL.
really cool. And I hope we get to a place, and we'll talk about it more. But I want to get back on Audie Crooks because like I was listening to a story about her in prep for this,
Mhm.
and her mom was like a star basketball player. And in her interview, she's like, "Yeah, sometimes I go one-on-one with my mom, and she's like throwing elbows at me."
Oh, I loved watching Audie and Cam Brink.
Yes, what
was
a
the-
matchup!
And I love Cam Brink. I do.
I do
like
too. I
like
do
kind
too.
of a very.
I've come around on Cam Brink.
I-
I didn't at first.
I'm obsessed with Cam, and I'm Cameron, and I'm obsessed because I think she's got a little bit of that like fuck around and find out. Energy that like I love about like an exciting athlete. You know what I mean? Like I was watching when I was watching that game, I was like, this looks like if Taylor Swift was evil.
Yes, 100%.
In the absolute best way possible. Like I love that quality in an athlete. Like we were talking about Diana Taurasi. Like I love an athlete that's like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm playing basketball and does not care about how they're perceived. Which we were also talking about Caitlin Clark.
We see that more and more coming out in her, and I am
I'm
loving
excited about it.
Me
even
too.
though her dad does not seem to like it from the stands.
No, there was a moment like in that West Virginia game where they were like, it was a very intense, it was a like highly physical defensive battle. She scored an amazing, I think like and one, and she turned around and goes, "Shut the fuck up!"
Yeah.
She rocks. She
and I was like,
fucking
that,
rocks.
yes.
It's
Like that
exciting.
sort of energy is exciting, and we shouldn't like have the double standard of they can't act like that.
No. And in an even more microcosm way, like the way that LSU, which is a much more visually black team,
Yes.
visibly black team
Yes.
than Iowa and Caitlin Clark, when they act like that, they get, they have a bunch of male sports announcers being like, ungrateful.
I
These
mean, it's
insane
also
bitches."
racially
so
coded. It's all
so-
racist.
But
It's all racist.
and I just want to make room for all of them to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Because you cannot put these wonderful, strong,
Mhm.
adrenaline-filled athletes on a floor in high intensity for an hour and expect them not to say a curse word.
Yeah. Like, I can't believe we still have the standard for female athletes of being like, they're not ladylike enough.
I know, because through all of this that we're talking about, they still are doing these things with a level of maturity
Yes.
that no male athlete seems to exhibit in similar high pressure situations.
Couldn't agree.
They're doing
more.
their press conferences with civility, and that's all I ask. You go out on the court. I want you to be as alive as you can possibly be, and then you take a moment and you come in and do press.
With that, I think we need to take a moment. We're going to take a quick break, and when we're back, we're going to be discussing some of my favorite topics. The new NWSL jerseys and getting our periods, which I'm on mine right now.
Me too.
I just finished.
See you guys after
Very
the break.
different.
Okay.
Jocular. Bounce, bounce, pass. Pass, kick, pass. Jocular.
And we're back. It's time to talk about fashion.
Fashion.
It is, especially with the start of the NWSL 2024 season.
Wow, I'm excited for all of us, but I am most excited for you, Tian.
Yeah.
I know. Thank you. I feel really seen. It is.
You're
it-
wearing your. Can we fit check you today? What are
fit
you
check.
wearing?
I'm wearing the old Angel City, the original Angel City home jersey. I personally like it a lot. I don't know what these little. What do we think this is?
It feels it's somewhere between a seashell and Art Deco.
I was thinking
yes,
Art Deco.
Deco. So
Yeah,
maybe like very
Art Deco.
like
Old Hollywood.
Old Hollywood. Yeah, you could see me at like a 1930s like jazz lounge.
There's a lot of
maybe.
Art Deco buildings downtown that are really beautiful. So, maybe
maybe-
that is
Yeah.
it.
Well, I love it.
The train station.
The train station.
Oh
Oh my
gorge.
god.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Tian, I think you sent this. You were the first one to send this to the group chat, but the
Mhm.
NWSL and Nike partnered to make all new first and secondary kits. Right?
Yes,
So
they
all new
did.
outfits because soccer people are fancy. They call them kits.
It's
They call them
kids.
kits. They call them kits. I think that's like I think it's like a European
Yeah,
term.
my
little kit.
Okay, I
Look at
imagine
new kit. I just bought a new kit.
with my jumper.
Oh my god! I'll
I
wear
got
my
a
jumper.
I got a jumper over my kit.
You guys sound like that documentary about the Beckhams.
Oh,
we
which
do.
Beckham?
Which Beckham am I?
Yeah,
Which
am I-
Beckham
yeah. Which
is Tian?
Tell the truth.
You're obviously
Tell the truth.
David.
Thank
Tian.
you.
And you're posh, Katie.
Thank you.
Oh, Victoria. I never really liked soccer. I still don't. Football. I don't watch it play.
And we're allowed to talk about David Beckham because he looked like a lesbian, a beautiful lesbian all throughout his soccer career.
Bend it like
Yes.
Beckham is like one of the first gay movies I
Queer
can remember.
canon.
Yeah.
100%.
And the Spice Girls, so it's a complete and total crossover event.
Yeah.
So you'll be there.
Somebody call 911. Katie just had a seizure.
I watched Spice World at my
Oh
friend
my
Kimberly's
God.
house. She lived in a holler. She had no cable. And sorry for putting you on blast. And we would just rent movies and just watch them for like, I would stay at her house for like 2 days. And it would be just Spice World. I love it.
I mean, that's
sounds like
beautiful.
a dream.
I was Sporty Spice in like a talent show.
Oh my God, of course.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm gay now.
I was always sporty, but just because.
Of course.
But I wanted to be scary.
Why didn't they
Mhm.
let you?
I guess because they were like, no, you're a dyke. And like everyone knew that's what sporty meant.
It is what I mean.
Like that's what it was code for. They weren't like, she's the only one that played sports. We'd look at those women's bodies like they all played sports.
yes.
They were just like, yeah, sporty.
You're like, she wears pants at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Not to sound sad, I feel like I was always whichever one was left. Like, I would be like, I'll be Baby Spice. And then someone would be like, no, I'm Baby. And I was like, okay.
Ginger.
I'll be
Ginger was
Ginger.
the yeah.
But Ginger's great.
I mean,
Thank you.
there
I don't
was-
think I need this
Do you need
kind of
this right
treatment
now?
right
No,
now.
can
You guys, there was, I'm sorry,
Wait, no, we have to heal. We have to help heal.
It's
Katie,
really okay.
listen to me.
Listen,
There
What?
was not a bad Spice
there
Girls.
wasn't
No,
one that was
I'm not
left.
saying that there is one.
No, but Katie, it's not about whatever one was left.
You-
There's no way to lose
Yeah.
at being a Spice
No
Girl.
Spice Girl was ever left.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, apologize.
Honestly, if I'm being fully dead ass honest, my entire body is tense right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No,
No,
no.
Okay.
Wait, back to these jerseys.
Yeah, let's look at
yeah,
these
yeah,
jerseys.
yeah.
Now, soccer jerseys are tough.
I don't like the fabric, and I'll say it. I'm coming out. I'm coming out as someone who doesn't like the fabric. I like the way this looks on you, and you're one of the only like plebes that can pull it off. Like all
Thank
of the women
you.
obviously look good in it, but
All
when you see a jersey on a regular person, it's like it's a tough
it's
fit.
hard.
Yeah, it's like don't be around open flame. They just seem so like they are
100%.
going up.
Yeah, they're like sweat wicking, but entirely flammable.
Yes.
I don't want sweat wicking from a jersey that I buy. You know what I mean? Like
oh, I see.
like
I see.
like I love that they're coming up with technology for the jerseys so that they're wicking sweat off the players. I'm gonna wear this to the store.
yeah, I want like chicken wing sauce
Yeah.
removal technology.
I don't need
Yeah.
You know?
medical. I don't need medical grade jersey.
No, it always does feel weird to wear a jersey with like a pair of jeans. It's like I guess I'll tuck this jersey in.
Unless-
I love it, but it is weird.
I'm obsessed. My favorite like type of fit jersey is the hockey jersey. I feel like it's one of
Oh.
the ones that like has always classically looked good.
Yeah.
But a lot of jerseys, a lot of like the shape and cut of jerseys, I'm like, that's not for us.
I just don't have the muscles for it. Every time I
Right.
put on a
Yeah.
basketball jersey, I'm like,
You
God.
do. No, I have to push back. You look nice in a basketball
you
jersey.
really do.
it's because I wear a long sleeve underneath it, so you don't actually see my arms.
no, I feel like I've seen it. All right, moving on.
Okay,
Got
moving
it.
on. Fight. Not gonna fight back against that.
I would never go sleeveless under a basketball jersey. I didn't go sleeveless under a basketball jersey when I was playing basketball.
Cause I feel like it's just hard to look cool.
It's
in a
hard to look cool.
Okay, do we need to reverse that Spice Girl talk I just said?
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
go
You
ahead.
will always look cool.
Hey.
Whether your arms are skinny little bones, you've got some scraggly armpit hair,
Thank
no
you.
matter what is happening
Huh.
under there, you look like a queen.
Thank
A
you.
queeg.
A queeg. Katie said
Wow.
scraggly on armpit hair because I
Ah,
did.
and
I
little
did.
bones.
I did tweeze. I know. It felt like kind of a direct attack on me.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It
Scraggly little arm
wasn't.
hair, little Vietnamese bones.
No, Katie, you did say tasty little Vietnamese bones.
I never said that.
Okay, I
never
guess
say
No,
that.
she didn't say
let's
that.
go away from how edible Tien's skinny
Okay, wait.
little
Look
arms
at. Okay,
are.
what is your favorite jersey right now?
I don't know why. I think what I'm coming down to, like while we're looking at these, is I'm feeling a little frustrated. Like they feel like a little dated in a way that doesn't make sense.
Yes, I completely agree.
And I don't want that because, I think part of the reason that you see people in men's sports jerseys is not always because people are mega fans, but because the men have had so much access to brands reaching out and pairing with the league that they have
Mhm.
so many different jerseys you can you can find.
Mhm.
They have their jersey that's for St. Patrick's Day. They have a jersey that's
Mhm.
this is the 1960 jersey, the
Yeah.
original cut.
Yeah.
They have all these things you can pick from, and right now, like a lot of these look like hospital wallpaper print.
They do. Did you
Mhm.
ever do Kid Picks growing up? Did you know that software where
I
you
don't
could?
know.
Okay, well,
I think I do know what you're talking about.
I mean, it's like you could make your own little graphics,
Yeah.
and it was like Windows Paint, but a little more
yes,
interesting.
yes, yes.
And you could do
Okay.
Ooh.
stamps. I think I made some of these jerseys when I was 10.
Yeah. Do you want to hear how fucking stupid I am?
No.
I looked at that and I was like, that thing looks like a CarMax commercial.
And folks, it is
But
a
folks,
CarMax
it is.
commercial.
It is,
The
it
whole
says
the whole point
CarMax.
of the jersey is to be a CarMax
Yeah, it's a
commercial.
CarMax commercial.
Succeeded. I walked away thinking about CarMax.
It is bizarre. It feels like the lack of like
So,
attention paid.
okay, for everyone who can't see the jerseys, North Carolina Courage is giving like that old carpet vibe we've kind of been talking about.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's just kind of interesting triangular shapes, purple background, lavender triangle, fuchsia triangle, but for some reason, a little red outline around the sleeves.
But
Yeah.
the red outline around the sleeves honestly is the least offensive part to me because
Yeah.
it calls like the little logo in. It pulls the logo in. The pink triangles, it's not even fair to call some of these triangles. They are like the mouse clicker. Like remember when you
Yes.
used to be like when you're on a computer and you can see your mouse? That's what this looks like. And then the other triangles look like if a toddler drew a mountain.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're
And one of the toddlers that you'd be like, "Good job, baby."
Good job, baby.
hey baby,
Hey, baby.
good job drawing.
baby.
Yeah, it's very
Don't
MS
let me be
Paint.
around your kids.
It's yeah.
Yeah, I won't. I'm not having them, and that's kind of the reason why.
Yes, it's me.
Yeah.
The Portland Thorns one. It also is kind of looking like we've talked about like a Windows 99 space saver. It's got spotlight energy. It's red with like a suggestion of spotlights in yellow.
It looks a little bit like when you go to like a gymnastics place when you used to go there for like somebody's birthday party and you go to a gymnastics place and they had like leotards that you could buy
Oh yeah.
Oh,
just
yeah.
for the occasion, and all the leotards looked like the 90s but not in a fun or cool way, like kind of
Yes.
the worst part of it. That's what this jersey looks
Yeah,
like.
yeah. This
Mhm.
jersey put together the worst part of the 90s.
Yes, it's just red. There are some geometric shapes on here.
Yeah, it's everything bad about the 90s. Red shapes, my parents' divorce.
This does kind of look like
It
your parents'
does
divorce
still,
story.
It does kind of look like
It-
my parents'
it
divorce.
does.
It says 1992. Cut it.
Cut
Cut
it.
it
Cut
out,
it.
keep
Cut
it
it.
Cut it out.
No, keep it in.
Cut it out.
Cut it. Cut it out.
Keep it in.
Cut it out.
Houston Dash.
Yes, Houston Dash.
Sure.
It's orange. It's
Oh my god.
it like when jersey designers decide to like fade in and out of graphics, I always think that's very strange, but it's like white polka dots that fade. To me it looks like, a pipette dish. Sorry to nerd out. Sorry.
Oh, I
like
was
a little
thinking
pipette tray.
a little pipette tray. I was thinking pointillism.
That's even
Uh,
cooler.
There's something about the white polka dots going right through the middle underneath the breasts that really it's that cinch thing that we keep talking about,
Yeah.
where it just really accentuates a very feminine shape, which
Yeah.
not like I understand that is for some people, and it's gonna be for I'm sure some women in the league really love that, and I'm sure a lot of women in the league don't like it that all these things are tailored around their breasts.
Yeah.
Well, it's
It
like,
reminds me of the belts that I used to wear did you ever wear like a long t-shirt?
Yeah.
And then like a huge like
Are you
2-3
kidding me?
inch belt underneath.
Yes.
I will
thought
say
it
I
would,
started that.
I mean, thank you then.
You're welcome.
Because
I
I
loved
wore
it.
that thinking that I could like accentuate my like nearly A's at the time. That's the bra size I wore.
It's okay. So
They were-
and I'm sorry I laughed.
You're both laughing at nearly A.
Nearly A.
I
It
just
was
want to
kinda
say,
the way
all the
you
people out,
said it.
all the people out there with nearly A's, I feel you. Okay,
And,
we're almost there, but we're not there quite yet.
Yeah, it's good. I mean,
no, it's great.
yeah, little titties are perfect.
Yes.
I think it really what it was is like I would have rather you just said like my little titties instead of like my nearly
Nearly
A's.
A's.
No, because that's
nearly,
the term.
Nearly A's are nipples.
That's the term?
That was the bra.
No,
the
bro.
bra size
was called nearly A.
That
Okay, our producer's telling us to wrap it up
Which
because
is
apparently
bullshit.
this is
Which is
this
bullshit
is
because they're-
silencing the nearly A community.
if you go to nearlya.com
don't because the
Jocular
government will
pod.
come to your door.
I think we've went too far there.
No, I feel really positive about
I
that.
feel good about that.
You know, the fact that we're able to even comment on new kids is a blessing. in
Is a
itself.
blessing.
Like that's part of it. Is like I think we all feel really lucky that we have enough women's sports content coming in that we can have a negative thought.
yeah, that we can that we
Yes.
can shit on some of these jerseys.
Yeah.
It is progress.
It
That
truly
is
That is
progress.
That is progress.
Okay, well okay. I know we were hard on the jerseys.
Mhm.
I'm
Yes,
sorry, they're
we
not
were.
that cool. But the very cool thing about them is that there aren't any white shorts with them anymore. Because that's something that athletes have been complaining about, just like thinking about playing a sport on a heavy flow day and wearing white shorts.
As a person who gets their period, I'm happy. As a person who loves women, I'm sad.
Because you love
because you
seeing-
love
Bro,
seeing.
I love the white shorts on the ladies. I do. I love their big, thick, powerful thighs in the white shorts. I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's so gorgeous. There's something so wonderful about
I
it.
don't disagree with
I'll-
this.
I don't
I don't
disagree.
disagree.
It's one, and they've been running out in the sun all summer long. They're all fucking dead. They're all fucking sweaty. They got their little spandex coming out the bottom. You know what I mean? Like I am gonna miss it.
I'm excited for them that they don't have to worry
Yeah.
about bleeding into their shorts
Yeah.
anymore.
Right, it can't all be
You know,
about
and
Yeah, are you
like
co-
and getting a blood stain and
Are you coming
having a
back
little bit
into
of
your
like a-
body?
yeah, are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, but I'm feeling hot and I'm feeling sad. Have you guys ever gotten your period in a game?
Yes.
I feel like I've
Wait,
gotten my
have I?
period everywhere.
Me too. Honestly, me too.
Yeah, and I'll say it. I've been getting it for so long now. Surprises me every month.
It's
How I have a period
always.
tracker,
I have a period tracker too.
and I will still get surprised.
I just went to the doctor for my little lungs,
Uh-huh.
and they asked me when the last time I got my period was, and I said I literally can't remember. Like I couldn't, and she was like a month ago, 2 weeks, and I was like, it could be 2 months.
It could be a year.
Yeah, Maybe you should ask her. I can't keep track of her comings and goings anymore. She needs to
Take
grow
it
the
up with
fuck
her.
up. Take it
Take
up
it
with
up with her
her.
and check her calendar.
Thank you.
I got my period about when I was about to swim with sharks.
Stop it.
Okay,
You
wait a
can't
minute.
do it.
That's the beginning of Shark Week.
Bro, I'm serious. I was on. It was actually one of my first big periods. I was a teenager and I was in the Bahamas, and I have endo, and so it's just so painful. And so I started
Oh.
to get sick on this boat, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with me? Am I like seasick or some shit?" And I stood up on this like big boat deck full of other tourists and to like go to the bathroom to throw up, and this nice man tapped me and was like, "Sweetie," and I looked down and I was like weirdly gushing blood.
Oh my god.
Yes. And so I'm bleeding all over this white boat deck. And because there's so much blood from this like random, like heavy period, nobody gets to swim with the sharks because the sharks can fucking
they
smell
smoke
that
him
shit.
from everywhere.
Yes. They can smell the shit and it gets them too
Oh.
excited.
I think you saved lives.
I think you did save
no
lives.
one should be swimming with them. Let them
And-
swim alone.
Boats shouldn't be white anymore.
Boats should also
Boats should also not be
white.
white.
Boats should not be
White.
white.
No white
first-
shorts,
no white
boats.
Oh my god. The first time I got my period was in orchestra. I remember I play the violin. I don't know if
That's
have I ever told you.
I do love that about
I
you.
I do think I know it.
The
Yeah.
I've played varsity soccer 4 years, but the only varsity jacket that I have is from orchestra.
That's to me literally the hottest thing about you.
It says first violin, TN, orchestra.
Oh my God.
We did a Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack, which was really popular back then. I don't know if you remember that. Da-da-dun, dun, da-da-dun. Anyway.
Of course.
And I
Dun, 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 dun.
Orlando, Orlando, da-da-da. And then I first little bleed. It was later in my life though. I think I didn't have my period until I was 17.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit younger. I was 10 in fourth
baby.
grade, and we had bathrooms in the classroom. So I went into the bathroom and realized what was happening, and I was just stuck in there. Because, like, I had bled everywhere, and, like, I couldn't
That
go.
sucks.
That
So I
sucks. What did you do?
Stayed in there. Oh,
Yeah.
I stayed. I hunkered down, and then the teacher took everybody to, like, recess, and she was like, Katie? And I was like, something's wrong. I knew what it was, but
Yeah.
I was just like, I also knew that I shouldn't be 10 and getting this. You know, I was
How
like,
did
this
you
is what
feel
you
about
Yeah,
it?
how
Like-
did you feel?
I was really, it's really bizarre. I like hid it from my mom and my sister because I was like, I just don't want them to know. Like, this is too much. I mean, classic story of my life. I was like, this is just too much. I just need to, like, it's my mess. Like, I can't deal with this. And then it went away because when you first start, it's not every month. Like, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, it's a lawnmower kind of revving up. So it wasn't consistent. So I like kind of successfully hit it. And then when came back the next year in like the fall semester in the beginning, I got my period again. And this guy in my class, Angel, came up behind me and said, tie this around your waist and go talk to Miss Fields. And I was like, okay. And he's like, raised by a single mom, only sisters,
Oh.
never said a word to anybody else.
Wow, what a fucking hero.
What an
Oh,
amazing person.
It was so awesome. So then I got like old sweatpants from like Lost and Found, and my teacher was like, "Now I got my period at cheerleading camp." Like every person who gets a period has like a
they have their-
story
Yeah.
that's just like devastating
Ugh,
in some way.
I don't remember like getting my period while playing, but I do remember I didn't want to wear tampons at first because I don't know. I just like wasn't ready to wear tampons when I first had my period.
Same.
And I remember playing soccer in a pad, which
It's
let me tell you,
It's tough.
It's
I
tough.
remember that too. I remember putting like I would wear a tampon and then a pad and I'd put it inside of spandex.
yes.
Oh,
yes.
gosh.
So like that pad is like stuck to your skin.
Yeah, it's a hot
That's so
mess.
hot.
It is a hot mess, and it's like running with like it feels like it's so scratchy.
But you're also like you're running. You're so active that I do remember there would be like I would look down and somehow blood would have like
Oh my
escaped
God, of
out the
course.
side.
Yes.
Mm.
The long and short of it is, we'll miss the white shorts,
Mm-hmm.
but we are happy that the league is taking steps positively for people who get their periods. You guys, I think it's time for a break.
Jocular.
You guys, we are back with
Queer Madness.
March Madness!
For queers.
If you missed our last 2 episodes, which is fine,
It's okay. It's okay.
We understand.
It's a little fucked up.
I mean, go catch up.
Yeah.
But we did have a very fun queer March Madness bracket where we pit all of our favorite, iconically gay, and
Iconically queer,
Queer.
and
Oh, sorry.
classically gay.
gay events in pop culture against each other to see who would come out on top as the most iconically queer, classically gay thing of all time.
Yeah.
Come out on top, bottom, or switch.
Ooh!
Wow.
She said it.
All right. So
And also, to be fair, these are our picks. Of course, we missed some things.
Yes.
I mean, the cool thing is that people have been reaching out to tell us that we've missed a lot of
we've missed a lot.
iconically queer and classically gay
Yeah.
events and iconography. And to that, I say, we'd like to have another season.
Yeah, we'd love to have another
We'd
season.
like to do another season of the pod. So if you feel strongly about about this, send these things to us now so we can start prepping for next year's Queer Madness.
And would it not be iconically queer then to correct and say we've left some certain things out?
100%.
Oh my God, that is so
That is
iconically
so
queer.
that is so iconically queer.
Classically gay, talk about it with your friends, don't say anything online.
Yeah.
But iconically queer. Hey, can I give you some feedback?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but feedback is iconically queer.
Yeah.
You guys, let's start in our 16 spot versus our number 9 seed. We have Avoiding X at Dyke Day, it's iconically queer,
Mhm.
versus Short Sleeve Button Ups, also iconically queer.
And when we say short sleeve button ups, are you imagining the ones that have patterns?
You know,
Yes.
what I'm thinking of Wild Fang. I'm thinking
Okay,
of
great. Okay,
the Bonobos.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm thinking of like you're at your family's like barbecue and you bring your girlfriend and she's wearing like little flamingos on her shirt.
Yes. Okay.
You're referencing a shirt that I had.
I am actually.
Yeah, I know. I know. I live in those things. So you know what? Let's count on the count of 3.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Short sleeve button ups.
Wow.
Oh.
It's hard.
Wow.
It's hard to deny how
Yeah.
powerful the short sleeve button up is to the dyke and the trans mass community. It's
I mean,
Also,
I went through. Go ahead.
no, go.
I went through a phase where I was buying short sleeve button ups from J. Crew, and it almost felt like I was taking back the power
absolutely.
from all the.
Sorry, I just burped and it was horrendous.
Taking back the power.
Taking back the power from.
That's the power.
That's the power.
I mean, you know, I'd be living in an XXL Tommy Bahama shirt.
I
all
you
summer
do.
long.
Okay, you do,
You
and
do.
you look good in it.
Thank you.
Every time I was picturing avoiding your ex at Dyke Day, I was seeing 2 people in short sleeve button ups, which is why I was like, I know which
Wow.
one it had to be.
Okay, I love that. Next one up is Ellen getting canceled, iconically queer,
Yes.
versus tiny knit hats, iconically queer.
Okay, are we ready?
I might want to talk it out.
Okay,
I mean, this is why we're here. I might want
this
to
is
talk it out.
this is why we're here.
Go.
The one thing that I'm bumping on for tiny knit hats
Yeah.
is that I also think it's a fuckboy staple. So it has more cis het crossover than Ellen getting canceled does. Because actually, like, I find that like cis het people don't fucking care about Ellen getting canceled. They're like, oh, so what? She bullied somebody.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care about that stuff, right?
Mm,
It's the queer community that's like, God fucking damn it, Ellen. You know what I mean? But so there's not a lot of crossover there. But tiny knit hats, I see a lot of bad guys with multiple girlfriends that don't know about each other in tiny knit hats.
And you know what? And
Same argument for short sleeve shirt. I've seen a lot of bad guys in cool short sleeve button downs. I'm just gonna say that. But I hear the tiny knit hat angle as well because it is a fuckboy helmet. Yes.
So on the
Yeah.
count of 3, let's vote. We are our number 13 and our 12 seed.
1, 2, 3. Tiny
Ellen
knit
getting
hats.
canceled.
That was I went with my heart. When
I wish you were right because I don't even want to talk about Ellen getting canceled. And
You're both right. I went with my heart when I should have gone with the win.
this is why
This is why I don't bet.
the audience should trust us because we didn't want to fucking vote for that.
No, we didn't want
No,
to.
we didn't
we
want
don't
to
want
fucking
to.
talk about that. And
And-
here we are doing our fucking due diligence.
yes. Up next,
Oh,
Juggernaut.
we've
Couple
got
of juggernauts, y'all.
this is huge.
Carol as a Christmas movie,
hmm
classically gay, versus The Lesbian Longing in Portrait of a Lady on Fire, also classically gay.
Longing is classically gay.
Longing is classically gay.
Nobody does unrequited love like the queers.
Yeah, I feel confident with what I'm going to vote.
Me too.
Wow, they're both stories about longing.
They are both
They
stories
both
about
have stories.
longing, but some have queer cast members and some doesn't.
You are rude. You are rude.
Is it not the truth?
Okay, you are rude.
Some of them have a queer director, a woman.
I'm gonna do what I have to.
I'm gonna do what I have to do too. 'Cause
Okay.
we're-
1,
2,
2,
3.
3. Carol
Carol
is
is
a
a
Lesbian
Christmas
Christmas
Longing in the
movie.
Portrait of a Lady
fuck?
Yeah, sorry for your campaign, but I
Yeah.
don't care.
Thank you, Tian. Some
And
fucking
just-
sense,
And
Carol.
just as the lead in Port of the Lady on Fire walked out of the awards, I'm walking out now.
No.
You know what? Then it should have been. Then that should have been iconically queer, and I think casting it as classically gay actually hurt the Portrait of a
Yeah.
I
Lady
mean,
on Fire.
it would have still gone up against each other in the way that the bracket worked.
Listen, all I'm
Well,
saying.
listen,
For me, the reason why Carol is a Christmas movie one is because there's so many high-waisted pants in that one. Okay,
All right.
next one.
last.
Last one. Okay.
Bette
and
and
Tina
Tina
Versus as someone who's played a lesbian on TV.
Juliana Margulies.
1, 2, 3.
Bette
As
and
someone
Tina.
who's played, I threw it away. I had to do it. As someone who's played a lesbian on
thank
TV.
you.
I know.
Juliana Margulies.
I truly was about to lose my mind. I was like,
I know. I'm sorry.
You were guys.
No, I
you
knew
guys
it.
were gonna
I had
see
to
me get
throw
like
it. I had to throw
It is my favorite. As someone who's played a
You did-
lesbian on TV, it is.
You did tiny knit hats.
I did tiny knit hats that way, and as someone who's played a lesbian on TV, it is one of my like favorite pop culture moments. Like as all of us as queer actors to hear someone who is straight say that is so funny.
and I understand how but I'm just so relieved
No.
that you came through because that would have been it would have been
I knew
so
you
dishonest.
would. I knew
know.
you would, so that's why
Sorry.
I could do it. But
Sorry.
now let's look at our final four.
Wow.
I think this is a really good.
this is
Final
going to be
Four.
really hard.
We'll have short sleeve button up versus Ellen getting canceled.
Yikes.
Really, I mean, one and the
What
same.
do you even do for that?
And then we have Carol
As a Christmas movie,
versus
Bette
Bette
and Tina.
Woo!
Oh my gosh. I honestly don't know who I would choose.
I don't
Thankfully,
either.
we don't have to.
Yeah,
don't
'cause
have
you're
to.
gonna help us.
You're going to help us. You have to help us.
You have to narrow it down.
Our expertise has only got us this far.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Now we need you.
We need to hear from you,
We need you because we also don't want to get yelled at if we pick the wrong way,
which we will.
which we will.
As someone
We
who's played
might.
a lesbian on TV once, I will do it wrong. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps out our show, and rate and review, but only if you like us.
Yeah. If you don't like us, just keep it to yourself.
You're homophobic.
And you're a piece of shit.
Come to terms with that
Yeah.
and move on.
You're a piece of shit homophobe and you're sad.
If you don't like us, there's always the Joe Rogan podcast, you piece of shit,
But if you love us,
which you probably do.
Then 5-star us, please.
and we want to hear what you think, so email us at jocularpod@hyperobjectindustries.com.
Or follow us on Instagram and TikTok at JocularPod.
We love you.
We love you.
Love you. Slide into the DMs.
Slide into the DMs.
Jocular is a production of Hyperobject Industries with Meadowlark Media and was produced by Zaylee Mahone and Haley Fager. Original music and theme are by Nick Gage and ER Fightmaster. Dan Gallucci is our engineer, and our executive producers are Harry Nelson, Claire Slaughter, Dan Lebitard, and Adam McKay.
Bounce, bounce, pass. Pass, kick, pass. Dunk it.
What?
Funk it. Sure. Serve it. Here. Work it. Switch. Jocular. We're about to get jocular.
Slide into the DM.
Slide on in.
Slide on
slide,
in.
slide, slide.
Slide, slide, slide.
We'll look at it.